Hello, everybody. It's Dan Thrax. One of the questions we get the most here at JUI on our YouTube page is how to configure a loadout that is going to help you be as effective as you can be in a given situation in Destiny. So what we're going to go over in this video is one of the tools that we've developed to help you do that. This is basically our loadout planning tool. It's used in Excel. And while this may seem like a lot of work, look, it's a way you can be working on your Destiny game while you're sitting at your office or wherever you are. It takes a little bit of time, but it's going to ultimately really help you put together the optimal loadout. So in terms of where you can get this, there's a link below. It's a Google Doc, and there should also be a link on the screen right now. And what you basically want to do when you go to this link is you want to download this to your computer, probably as an Excel file, and go from there. Basically, what this file does, this tool does, is it lets you put in all the different ammo pieces that you have, the stats for each, and the perks for each. And then you can go through and select it by putting an X in these boxes over here. And down at the bottom, it's going to give you your loadout stats. It's going to give you the resulting light level from this combination of armor. And it's going to give you a look at the perks that are going to be activated if you use this armor loadout. So how do you get this information? Well, easiest way to do it if you're sitting at your computer is just to hop over to Bungie.net. All my armor happens to be in the vault at the moment, thanks to the new, much bigger vault space. But I can show you the way you would set this up. Basically, we go into gear, and then, provided I can take a look at some gear here. Well, here we go. We'll just do it with this. If you were to pick on one of your armor items, you're going to get a bunch of stats. You're going to get your light stat, you're going to get your intellect, your discipline, and your strength. We'll go over these stats and what they do in a video later, but right now, let's just leave it at this. The intellect is going to make your super cooldown faster. Discipline is going to do the same for your grenade. Strength is going to do the same for your melee attack. And then in here, if you drag over, you're going to get the individual perks for this particular piece of armor. So basically what you have to do is just go through your arsenal and input them into this tool. Now, this is set up for a Titan. You can see I've got some exotics in here, a couple different types of armor, legendary, exotic. And basically you'll just go in and delete these items out and put in your own. A couple things you want to make sure of. Number one, make sure you get the light level right. Make sure if it's an exotic that you mark it here. What that's going to do is it's basically going to let you look and see and make sure that your loadout doesn't include more than one exotic. After you've put all these items in, you can start to kind of see, based on the kind of build you want to do, what pieces of armor use. Now, again, we'll do a later video on how to think about all this, but let's say you wanted to do an intellect build. A really simple way to do this is to go through and say, okay, which pieces do I have that have the most amount of it? In this case, the Helm of Saint 14 is a great helmet for that. This roll wasn't particularly good, but it's got a 114 intellect score. So I'm going to put an X on that. And then when I come down here, my Crota Raid Gauntlets have the highest intellect, so I'm going to put an X here. It's not an exotic, so we don't have any conflict there. Coming down, I've got a couple of choices for my chest. Obviously, the Alpha Lupi would be the best, but it is an exotic, and I won't be able to use two exotics at once. Now, you can run a couple of combinations. The way I looked at this was looked at with legendary chest with 72 intellect and the Helm of Saint 14, and then let me use on another the Alpha Lupi with the 126 and the legendary chest with the 58, and whatever gave me the highest intellect score is what I ended up going with. But again, you can kind of see how this works. You just step right through the item that has the highest score for what you're trying to build out. And then at the end of the day, it's going to give you your basically your output, right? So this is going to tell us that when we're done, if we use this loadout, we're going to have an intellect score of 363. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. We're going to have strength of 124. We're going to have a light level of 31, and we're going to have these perks. Now, obviously, as long as you put your info in right, you put your perks in right, it's going to be a way where you can kind of quickly come and say, all right, how do I max out my intellect on a build given the armor that I have? I hope this has been helpful. Hey, the other thing to think about is if you want to be 32, you're going to be able to see it right here, and it'll tell you whether or not that the armor you select is going to get you to the level that you need to be. Hope this has been helpful. If you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. One final item, you can get to our YouTube just by clicking this link. And if you need more instructions once you actually get into this link right here will take you back to this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Happy hunting, Guardians. Thanks, and we'll catch you next time.